In recent years, air pollution has emerged as a pressing environmental issue in South Korea amid high levels of fine dust in the air, pushing the government to often issue health warnings and advisories across the country. In order to confront the problem, the country launched a new agency in April this year. Headed by former United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, the National Council on Climate and Air Quality aims to assist in the creation of fundamental anti-air pollution measures and provide policy recommendations for the government. KBS World English Service's Korea 24 sat down with the former UN chief to discuss his new project of tackling air pollution in Korea.
Mr. Ban, on behalf of KBS World International Audience, I would like to thank you first for speaking to us today.
It's a great pleasure to have this opportunity to discuss with you on many important issues, including particularly matter air pollution issues.
Sure. So you served successfully as UN Secretary General for 10 years until the end of 2016, and you're now heading South Korea's efforts to tackle fine dust problems. So the South Korean National Council on Climate and Air Quality launched in April of this year, with you taking the helm. Could you tell us, what does the organization do?
As the condition of air quality has worsened, the Korean government has established National Council on Climate and Air Quality, abbreviated NCCA. During last 4 months since the launch of this NCCA, I have been extensively engaging in continuing dialogue and consultation with a diverse group of people, starting from experts like scientists, medical doctors, and experts, as well as local government leaders and NGOs and the representatives of business associations. It has been quite an extensive process. Now, we are now planning, on the basis of our consultation with the people, including 500 members of People's Participatory Panel, PPP. They were selected randomly among 50 million people. I nicknamed them as representative assembly members of, as far as fine dust is concerned. In any way, I'm planning to propose a bold, innovative proposals to the nation, to the government at the end of September or early October.
Poor air quality has become a serious social concern, with many Koreans downloading mobile apps on their smartphones to check on the air quality on a regular basis. From your vantage point, what's your assessment of the main causes of fine dust in Korea?
Generally speaking, we can say there are broad 3 areas of causes of fine dust, particularly matter air pollution. First one are the emissions coming from business and industries of within Korea, and also many vehicles, old vehicles or diesel fuel vehicles, and also there are some very serious, a significant level of emissions coming from coal fuel power plants. And then we can say one significant portion of air pollution coming from regional neighboring countries, including China, Mongolia, North Korea, and Russia, and Japan, from mainly Northeast Asia. Then thirdly, we may say one significant reason is air stagnation because of climate phenomena. When there is no or very weak gust of wind, then air just stays in one place. That really worsens this current situation. And I have been really trying to find out, meeting so many experts and scientists, what are the real causes of these issues. Now we are in close consultation with China and other countries. This morning, I'm going to visit Mongolia and will be engaging dialogue with Prime Minister and the foreign ministers and environment ministers of Mongolia, how we can work together as far as regional cooperation is concerned. Yeah.
As you have mentioned, China has been blamed as one of the main causes of fine dust in Korea. Now, even before officially taking on the role as chair of the Air Quality Council, you have been meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang to discuss different ways to boost international collaboration on the matter. Diplomatically, have we established a strong enough consensus with China to tackle the problem with the state?
When this air pollution occurs because of the natural phenomena like westerly wind bringing long-range transboundary wave, so we cannot help. But it is also important that how we make sure that those neighboring countries closely coordinate, first of all, to find out exact causes of the problems, and then try to find out what would be the best way to mutually coordinate in terms of scientific as well as civil society and business communities. Now, I have been, as you said, meeting with President Xi Jinping in April, and I met already twice with the Premier Li Keqiang in March and in June. And I have met several times Minister Li Ganjie, Minister of Ecology and Environment. We are in, I think we are in good shape as far as our bilateral coordination is concerned. As you know, there was some unfortunate finger-pointing each other, pointing to the Chinese, or Chinese were not happy with us on all what they had been doing. Now, I can tell you that we are in a very harmonious way of coordinating each other. When it comes to regional cooperation, in November this year, the three foreign environment ministers of China, Korea, and Japan are going to meet in November to, first of all, work out the modalities and how we can closely coordinate among three countries when it comes to address the transboundary long-range pollutant issues. Yeah.
What about Russia? So in previous interviews, you have mentioned that fine dust travels long distances over time. And like you said, cooperation among 6 Northeast Asian countries are very crucial, namely the 2 Koreas, China, Japan, Mongolia, as you mentioned, and Russia. And what about Russia and Mongolia? What kind of cooperation are we staging with them?
Last year, the ministers of 6 Northeast Asia countries have made a very good cooperative arrangement called Northeast Asia Clean Air Partnership, NEACAP, NEACAP. This is very important regional cooperative arrangement which we have been making. It is important that we have a full cooperation and coordination with Russia and even Japan at this time. We also need to work closely with North Korea. With the Security Council sanction continuing upon North Korea, they do not have any other alternative but to use coal fuel energies.
Sure.
That really creates a lot of emissions. This southern wind carries from north to south. And like westerly wind from China affects Republic of Korea. Therefore, we will try to have this regional coordination. Another important broader regional coordination is the work of ESCAP, UN ESCAP, UN Commission, Economic and Social Commission on the Asian Pacific. May this year, I went to Bangkok to participate in a regular UN ESCA meeting, and Korean government has proposed a resolution encouraging all the countries in Asia and Pacific to fully coordinate and exchange scientific evidences, etc. I think it was adopted by consensus by all the countries in Asia and Pacific. It is quite encouraging. In November this year, the NCA, our National Council on Climate and Air Quality, is going to hold an international forum where we will invite high-level government officials, including the Chinese Environment Minister Li Ganzhi, and other experts and scientists and civil society leaders and internationally renowned experts to Seoul to discuss how we can make global level coordination and cooperation. And this is quite important initiatives our NCCA is now going to take. Yeah.
I understand that coming in about a month or two, you will be presenting the very first batch of anti-fine dust policy proposals to the government, and it's been hinted that the proposals would include drastic short-term measures which Koreans will be able to actually feel the impact of. Could you give us a preview of what the policy package will include?
Unfortunately, Korea is now facing a sort of a national catastrophe when it comes to environmental degradation, particularly on air quality issues. That is why this NCCA was established on an urgent basis. And during the last 4 months and the coming 2 more months, we will be extensively engaging with all the groups of Korean societies. Then at this time, we are now going to propose a bold and creative, innovative, and workable and credible solution package to the nation, sort of quick fix proposal. Mid and long-term range proposals will be made next year, around next year. But it is important that we take an urgent, drastic measures. Otherwise, we will never be able to overcome this crisis, environmental catastrophe.
Could you give us a hint of what the policy package would actually include?
No, we've been trying to, first of all, present the solutions package to the people, which can really be felt and also appreciated by the people. I think we need to have some out-of-the-box solutions. Otherwise, it has been just business as usual solution will never make us happy. It is my firm commitment as a former Secretary General of the United Nations, based on my experience during last 10 years, while I have been working to address climate phenomena and sustainable development goals, then to bring clean blue sky and also clean air. It is very unfortunate to know that 17,000 Korean people die prematurely because of this bad air quality. According to WHO, 9 out of 10 breathe in the world bad quality air. Because of that, more than 7 million people die prematurely. Then we must fix this environmental crisis as soon as possible. Then I'm asking all the citizens of Korea, wherever they may be engaging, to do their own part. There is not a single country or single person or organization which can address this alone. We need to put all our hands together on the deck. And that is my urgent appeal to the people of Korea and the people in this world, yes.
As you're working to come up with solutions, how South Korea deals with the fine dust problem could eventually shape the way the rest of the world approaches this problem. So, do you have any future plans you would like to share or a message for those who are listening to this interview around the globe?
Again, we cannot negotiate or fight against nature. We have to adjust ourselves. It is a human being which has to adjust to the continuing natural phenomena. It is human being with the rapid industrialization and science and technologies which made our environment worse, and it's going to be worse. Therefore, there is no time to lose. We have to take action now. When it comes to Korean people, then Korean government and all of us have responsibility, heavy responsibility to do that. That's what I'm doing now. But as a former Secretary General, I'm also very much mindful of our global responsibility for the global people. So Korea should be one of that. Then we have to fix our own problem first. That's my message.
Thank you, Mr. Ban, for your efforts. And I hope your current project will add to your legacy as a world leader. And it's been very inspirational, and thank you very much for joining us today.
I need strong support from media like KBS so that all these messages can be crossed over the country and crossed over around the world.
We'll make sure that we're in line with you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.